Yo. Set forward up. Happy Wednesday. Wellness and Wisdom Wednesday. Back again, another episode of SRDaily. I'm really taking advantage of my resting time, y'all. Like, I really am. I'm really doing and I'm loving it for myself. A man called me yesterday talking about some shit. Yo, do this, do that. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. Like, yo, can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I got a few things, right? We're doing some stuff later on this evening, some stuff tomorrow. Saturday, we out. Come back, do a few things to prepare. Do a few things while we're gone to start preparing for June. Right? June, we're going to push. We're going to make some big pushes in June. All right, secure some clients. All right, some coaching stuff. Got some people already interested. Send them some information and get them involved. Get them involved in the stuff, in the work. Help some folks, all right? But right now, it's resting, man. Sleeping in as late as I possibly can. Right? As late as I possibly can before I got to actually get up. And yeah, I'm loving this for myself, man. I am grateful that I know how to rest. Some people don't, man. Some people literally work themselves to death. They work. And yeah, man, they burn themselves out. They never really get to enjoy life. They never really get the rest they need or deserve because they're always thinking about the next thing they got to do, which is a real thing, right? As an adult, there's always things, right? There's always things you got to do, things you need to be doing, things you should be doing, things that got to get handled. And as an adult, as a human, is always you gotta make the time to rest because you're not gonna find more time. You're not gonna find more time somewhere. Time ain't just gonna appear right in front of you like, here, it's more time. You want to rest now? You got to make that time. You got to make the time to do the things that you want to do and the things that you need to do so that you can keep going. Because that's the key. For me, at least, it may not be the key for everybody, but for me, it's longevity. It's a long game. It's a long game that I'm committed to, that I'm focused on. Tay, tell Mama Love I said hello. I don't know who that is. Tay who? Peace. Thanks for tuning in. I can't, from that picture, I don't know. Tell Mama Love I said hello. CCD. Yo, what's good, sister? How you doing? Peace and love. Good to see you here, oh snap. Good to see you here. But yeah, man, rest is extremely important. And I am taking all of my rest, all of it, as much as I possibly can. Right. But today we got some work to do. Got a little work. We are going to speak this evening. John Jay, we're gonna talk a little bit more about that in a moment. And I'm super excited about that, right? You guys know that this has been part of my dream, right? Is speaking at universities, colleges across the city and ultimately throughout the country. I spoke years ago at Minneapolis, Minnesota. I forgot what college, football school in Minnesota. And maybe in Minneapolis. I think it was in Minneapolis. Whatever school that is, I spoke there. That wasn't to their students, though. We had an event at the school, at the university. But I want to speak to all of the students all around the world All right, various different topics. But we're gonna talk about that. But anyway, let's get to the show. We do got a show to do. Once again, I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Marston. I am laying down, as you can tell, and I have no, I have no issues with it. All right, I have no issues laying down doing the show. Won't do this too often, but I'm doing it now. All right, and such is life. It is what it is. Um, but yeah. Anyway, episode 626, SR Daily, Wednesday, May 13th, 2026. It's already the middle of the fucking month already. That's crazy. May 13th. This month is over in 3 weeks. Less than 3 weeks. Less than 3 weeks. We're already in June. Summertime is quickly approaching. Um, I'm looking forward to the warmth. I'm looking forward to being outside, doing some things, getting some things done, uh, selling some products, making some connections, selling some services. All right. I'm looking forward to selling some shit this summer. We're gonna sell some shit. We got some shit to sell this summer. So you guys stay tuned because we got some shit to sell. We got some juices we're gonna be selling. All right. We're gonna be selling some other shit and some other shit that you all could use and benefit from. You or your family members, a mama, a papa, a son, a daughter, a brother, a sister. All right. Gonna be able to benefit from the shit that we push in the summer. Guarantee it. But yeah, let's pull these notes up, guys. Let's pull these notes up and let's go to our first segment of the day. Today's first segment is a phrase of the day. Today's phrase is to rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Please, please, please rise up. Understand, and understand that it is always time to rise up and do something about what's going on in the world. There are always things going on in the world. There's always things going on in the country, always things going on in your family, always things going on in your city, in your school, at your fucking workplace. And too many people complain. There are too many people that simply complain and wait for somebody else to do the thing. Whatever it is. It's some shit that they're complaining about, that they're unhappy about, but they're waiting for someone else to do something about it. People forget, a great majority of human beings forget that they have a responsibility. Either they forget their responsibility or they simply neglect it and they're like, yeah, I could do something, but and they make all the excuses of why they can't or why they won't or whatever the fuck the case may be. To many people, it's the responsibility of the others, right? The government, we've said this many times, the fucking teachers, the activists, the advocates, this organization, that institution is their responsibility, the mayor, whoever. But it's like, so part of me understands that, right? It's like, okay, there are people in positions who have professed that this is what they're working towards, right? So in your mind, you're like, well, it's their responsibility. All right, cool. How long do you wait? Like, how long do you observe someone else supposedly addressing a problem that doesn't get solved to your liking, where you can now say, okay, cool, that thing is solved. I don't have an issue over there anymore. How long do you wait before you say, you know what, maybe I need to do something? As the saying goes, right? You want something done right, do it yourself. Right? You want something done right, do the shit yourself. Many problems in the world, many reasons to complain. But what the fuck are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? Again, people want to absolve themselves. And subsequently, in doing that, the thing that they're complaining about persists. The shit that they're complaining about that they wish stopped or wish were different or wish didn't exist or wasn't happening, because they are waiting for someone else to do something about it, because they want to absolve themselves and just observe someone else solving the problem fucking persists. Get involved. Rise the fuck up, man. Rise the fuck up. Like, as an individual, as a family, as a fucking nation, we gotta rise up as a fucking country. Shit is going fucking insane out here in America, right? New York City, shit is going crazy. We gotta rise the fuck up, man. There's so many reasons, right? And there's so many, like, yeah, it's so many reasons to rise up, so many reasons to begin to do things differently, right? Begin to do things differently. Bro Shep spoke at the Heal the World rally, right, for world peace we did on day 50 of the hunger strike, right? Queensbridge. Bro Shep spoke about a national economic shutdown, right? That's being organized right now. Bro Shep is a veteran of the original Black Panther Party. Um, Spoke, brought some great information, right, about something that's being organized, is being planned, that we are going to have to next year. I think he said 2027, across the country, one day shut down. One day don't show up to work. One day don't show up to school. One day don't spend your money over here. One day nationally cripple this fucking country. Cripple this shit. All right, rise the fuck up, man. Like, sacrifice some shit. Get involved. Organize some shit. Lead some shit. Right? Join some shit. You ain't always gotta have the ideas. You ain't always gotta be the fucking number one. You could just join some shit that makes sense to you and fall in line. Every great leader is a great follower. There's nothing wrong with following somebody else's ideas if it makes sense and if it's aligned with yours. Because there's gonna come a time when you're gonna have an idea. You're gonna be the one leading, but you also are always gonna also be the one following. Right? Leadership and following is fucking the same shit. Because great leaders can lead from the back. They don't gotta be the one always with the ideas, always in the front of the fucking room. No, that doesn't have to happen. Right? Um, but yeah, man, rise the fuck up. Fool said, absolutely, change comes through confronting challenges. Absolutely. Confront challenges. Don't shy away from the conflict. Don't shy away from the challenges. Don't shy away from the obstacles, right? Confront them shits head the fuck on and know that, like, it's the only way to get through this shit is to get through this shit. All right, let's move right along on to our second segment of the day, Need to Know News of the Day. Today's news is later today. All right. This evening, I am headed to John Jay College of Criminal Justice to speak with two classes that are part of the Sociology of Conflict course. There's a course called the Sociology of Conflict, and this is going to be good. I do affirm that this fall and winter, I will speak at even more colleges and universities. All right, this fall and winter, I will speak at more colleges and universities here in New York and across the nation on various topics and issues. And I do have a speaker profile. I have a lot of things I just don't push out. But we're gonna start. We're gonna figure this shit out. We're gonna push the speaker profile out. We probably got to update it a little bit because I've done some things since this was out. Since we first put it together, spoke at some more schools. Was at Columbia a couple of times for some different things. But yeah, man, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see the dream unfolding in real time. The dream is unfolding in real time, slowly, but definitely, surely, it is unfolding. We are making our way. All right, we are making our way. We are chipping away at the old fucking block, at the old brick, chipping away at all of the obstacles, all of the challenges, and we are squeezing our way in. Right, we are making our way. And it's some dope shit because when you think about college students, right? In any field, right? Obviously, this is John Jay College of Criminal Justice, but any college, any field, you are literally, especially when there's specialized schools, talking to a whole a group of people that's going to be leading in the field, right? When I was at Columbia School of Social Work, I'm like, yo, these are the social workers. Some of them are already social workers. Some of them are going into it, and it's like these are the people who are going to be making decisions that impact the lives of others in the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Like, to be able to implant some kind of a different way of thinking, a different way of perceiving something, right? Or some key knowledge. It could be, just key information, key thought process, perspective. Like, that's some powerful shit because through them, right? So, like, they're, again, at Columbia, they were social workers, right? I'm not going to be able to, I would never be able to reach, right? Some of them are, from different parts of the country and a whole lot of shit, right? Clearly, a whole lot of variables. As an individual, would never be able to reach all of their people, all the people they work with, right? However, through giving them a perspective, giving them a certain, helping them get to a certain mindset, right? Giving them some key phrases, some key words, some key things to think about. If they choose to use it, if it makes sense and they use it and incorporate it in their work, then that way my work, my vision, my mission, my words, my phrases still get passed on to the people that they work with. So thus impacting many that I'll never probably meet, will never hear about. They may never hear about me, but they still get the info, still get the perspective, right? Super dope shit, man. Like, so yeah, man, I'm loving this shit. Super excited to speak later, right? Willie Will, what's going on, my brother? Peace and love. What's the deal, young fella? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the mother loving deal? Peace and love, everyone. Hey, yo, Willie Will, I heard some stuff going down tomorrow. That's what I heard through the grapevine. I heard you guys got some stuff going down tomorrow with echoes of incarceration. That's the word I got yesterday. I heard there's gonna be some good stuff on deck. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna put the business out there. You don't want nobody, you know what I mean, crashing the party. But I heard through the grapevine that we're gonna have some motherfucking sandwiches at the spot. That's what I heard. Ha ha. Oh yes. Look, Miss Juicy, Stillmatic. Miss Juicy ain't even excited about the Stillmatics. Miss Juicy talk about, yeah, ain't nothing too impressive. Miss Juicy playing games. Miss Juicy is the hardest, harshest food critic I've ever met or heard of in my life. Such a tough critic. So tough. Anyway, let's go to our third segment of the day, man. Today's third segment, of course, is the tip of the day. Today's tip is to keep learning. Keep learning. Keep learning. Learning is the key to your ascension in any area you could think of, right? Learning as a parent, learning yourself as an individual, right? Learning your spouse. Why would you say that? Oh, Miss Juicy. It's true. It's true. And I still love you. But yeah, keep learning. Learning is the key to your elevation. Learning is the key to your ascension, right? Value, right? When you learn, the more you learn, the more value you add to yourself, right? And so I remember hearing, I think it was Jim Rohn talking about it, Brian Tracy. I think it was Jim Rohn talked about value. He was like, yo, people say, there are a lot of people, working people, right? They work. Like, yo, when I get some more time, I can make some more money, right? Like they need to make more money. Like when I get more time, it was like, well, you really can't add like more time to your day, right? 24 hours in your day. You can't add more time to your day. That's not gonna happen. You can't add more time to make more money. Even if you worked 24 hours, right? There's a limit that you can earn in that day based on salary, hourly, whatever it is, right? But if you add more value, if you become more valuable, right? By learning, you learn some shit that some people need, right? You learn some shit, you can help some people, you learn some shit, right? That people will pay to learn themselves. They will pay to know, they will pay to have you teach them, to have you show them, right? You make yourself more valuable. Thus, you are then able to earn more money in equal or less time. You are able to earn more money in equal or even less time than before because you made yourself more valuable, right? Again, this is rise up, learn some shit, right? Add some value. What value are you adding to the world? Now, I know I add a lot of value to the world. Now it's time to like actually like package this shit and put it out there, right? So we can get to the buku bucks because that's the next step. That's the next step. The next step is the big bucks. That's the now step. All right, that's what we are going to work this summer to activate, right? Activate and pull into this realm is those big bucks, those big checks, right? Those 5 and 6 figure checks, all right? Because we got the skill set, we got the information, we got the knowledge, we've added the value, right? Through all of the different things, right? and the money's there, and it's time to go get it because we got things to do. We got real things to do. Like we got schools to build, right? We got companies to launch, right? We got juice trucks to buy, all right? We got community spaces to open up, right? We got real things that we really need to do, and that are really doable, and that are really attainable, and that are really like right there. Just a few steps, right? I know that I got to take, all right, to position myself a little better, right? I'm not having positioned myself the best way, right, in terms of marketing and putting myself out there. All right. But that's the goal this summer. That is the objective, to put myself out there. Because nobody know what you got if they don't know what you got. Right? Nobody know. Nobody could get you, nobody could book you, nobody could hire you, nobody could buy the shit if they don't know the shit that you got. If they don't know you exist, right? If they don't know what you got, they could know you exist, but not knowing that you got some shit, right? Not knowing how to access the shit that you got. They may know you got some shit, but they don't know how to access it. They don't know if it's for sale. So they just stay quiet, right? So that's my work, right? But yeah, you can't add more time to your day, but you can add more value to your life. And the more valuable you are, the more income you can earn. Again, equal or less time, right, than before. Let's move right to our fourth and final segment. Learning is the one thing they can't take away from you. Yo, what's going on, my brother? Peace and love, King. Peace and love. As a person, a lot of things can be taken away from you, but what you learn, not memorize, will stay with you forever. It's a fact. Big facts, big facts. Yo, appreciate you, King. Thanks for tuning in. Yo, let's go to our fourth and final segment of the day. Today's fourth segment, of course, is our build of the day. In today's build, we are going to get into what we're talking about later. Later on at John Jay University, we are going to be talking about game theory. So we're going to be talking about super old concept, right? Strategy. A lot of businesses use it. We're going to get into it. Game theory is a framework for analyzing strategic decision making where the outcome for a participant depends on the actions of others. Super important. It models how rational players choose strategies to maximize their own payoffs, often leading to a Nash equilibrium, a state where no player benefits by changing their strategy alone. Your outcome is dependent on the decisions of others. You changing your outcome alone and other people's being a certain way, nobody benefits, right? And there are many examples we see like that, right? So let's get into some core concepts. You have the players, the decision makers. They can be individuals, they can be firms, they can be countries, right? Nations do this, right? A lot of firms do it, a lot of nations, right, at war, and the shit is going on. It's game theory, right? You have your strategies, which is your complete plan of action. You have your payoffs, which is the reward, the profit, or outcome that a player, either the individual, the firm, or the nation receives, right? You have your rationality, which is the assumption that players act to achieve the best result for themselves, right? It's rational, right? Best result for you. Now you have the key types of games, right? A few different types of games, right? You have zero sum. We've heard this before, zero sum game, right? One player's gain is exactly equal to the other player's loss, right? Same poker, chess, right? Non-zero sum. Cooperation can result in a win-win scenario, while conflict can result in a lose-lose scenario. Cooperation. I've mentioned this so often, right? Cooperative economics, collective work and responsibility. Our working together can result in a win-win scenario where we have conflict, we're in competition with each other. Now we both lose. Nobody wins. What the fuck are we doing? Right? Now you have cooperative versus non-cooperative, right? Where the players can form binding contracts, right? And then so that's contracts, right? It's either we're gonna work together or we're not gonna work together. Again, I'm so big on cooperative, right? I love corporations. I think that collectively, again, we have so much more power, we have so much more reach, we can create more impact, generate more income using less energy, typically, right? Some famous examples: you have the prisoner's dilemma. Prisoner's Dilemma shows why two rational individuals might not cooperate, even if it appears in their best interest to do so, often resulting in a worse outcome. Why would we not cooperate? Many reasons. Your religion, right? The language that you speak, right? The food that you eat, right? Many reasons that I might not want to cooperate with you, right? I don't like how you smell, right? Many, many, many. I don't like where you live, right? I don't like who you voted for, right? Many reasons that we might not cooperate, and it's like, the fuck, like we're supposed to be rational, like why, like it's in the best interest of us to work together. Why the fuck not? Now the outcome is worse. Terrible. You have Nash equilibrium, which we mentioned earlier, a situation where no player can improve their payoff by unilaterally changing their strategy. You change your strategy, but you cannot improve because, again, your outcome is dependent upon the decisions of others, right? You have price wars. We've seen this shit before. Two competing companies lower prices to gain market share, ultimately hurting both companies' profits. Game theory. This is what we're getting into later, right? We're gonna blend this with a little bit of neuroscience, right? Talk to these students later. We got 2 classes to speak with. Super excited. Again, the sociology of conflict. That is the course. This is the last day of the class, right? So super excited to be on the last day. Make this shit engaging, give them some stuff to think about. Right, definitely, of course, going to use some real personal examples, right? Real life examples. Just being outside during the hunger strike and sleep out, 12 days, engaging with police, right? So many different aspects where I had to think about my outcome, right? And the outcome that I want, I have to get them to make a certain decision. So I have to use certain language. Certain things I have to do to get my result, right? But it's definitely in part dependent upon the police, right? And people in my neighborhood. So I got a lot to talk about, a lot to share on this. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And again, this is something that I wanted to do for pretty much much of my life, was to speak to schools, speak to specifically colleges and universities. When I envisioned my adulthood, my adult life, as a teen, as a young adult, I envisioned living outside of the city, right? 1 to 3 hours outside of a city, major city, and going to the city once, twice a week to speak at colleges, right? In that city, and then traveling, whenever I'm traveling, go to other schools, other cities, other states. But yeah, man, the dream is unfolding, as I mentioned, right? You got to start somewhere. Every great thing starts somewhere. It starts with a seed, starts with a small thing. Speak to 100 schools, you got to speak to one, right? Speak to 1,000 schools, you got to start with one. It all starts with one. We've done more than one, right? We've done a couple, and I look forward to doing more. So yeah, if you got connections with a university, with a college, right, professor, right, dean, whoever, and bring me in, plug me in. Let's make it happen. Well, listen, guys, that's our show for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tomorrow we will not be laying down tomorrow. Don't worry, I ain't gonna do this to y'all again. I will sit up and I will begin to get back to I guess what you would say is normal settings. All right, but yo, listen, man, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please join us tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. right here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and of course TikTok Live. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of this day. I look forward to chatting with you guys tomorrow to let you guys know how today went. Tomorrow we got a film screening with Echoes of Incarceration. If you are interested in coming, hit me up. I would like to see you there. I'll get you a ticket, right? Support the youth, support young filmmakers making freaking incredible changes, not only in their lives but in society, right? Addressing real issues, just making a difference, man. Creating films that fucking address some shit. But yo, enjoy this day, man. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Remember, it ain't getting knocked down, it's the problem. It's staying down. So get up. The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself, be kind to each other. Peace and love.